Welcome back to Algebra 1. Today we're in lesson 133 where we're going to be doing 11.7. This builds upon all the previous lessons as this is the last lesson for Unit 11. Tomorrow's lesson is going to be just a review, and then the day after you have your final test. There will not be video lessons for those 2 days, as like I said, they are a review and a test. Therefore, no instructions are needed. So, today we're going to be in 11.7, elimination by substitution. So, where yesterday we did elimination by adding and subtracting, today we're doing it by substituting one equation into the other. So this is a bit more intense and does have a bit more to it, but is fairly simple in all concepts. So we have 3 rules right off the bat. Solve one of the equations for x or y, which we all know how to do and it's something we've been working on. Substitute this expression into the other equation and then solve for one unknown. So if you solved for x originally, then you're going to take what you have for x, plug it in, and solve for y. Then you're going to place this value back into one of the equations and determine the other unknown. So now, and I understand that sounds a bit confusing, but I think it'll make more sense after we go through our example here. So let's go through it. So we have solve 3x plus 2y equals 27, and x minus y equals 7 by substitution. So what we can do is we can solve this one for our numbers. We can solve it for x. So that's very easy. We then look at it and we can go, okay, well obviously we're going to add y to both sides. So now we have x equals 4 plus y. So we don't have an actual numerical answer for what x equals, but we do have that x is going to equal 4 plus y. So what we're going to do is we're going to then plug that into the other equation. So we're going to take the fact that x equals 4 plus y and plug it in. So we now have 3 times 4 plus y plus 2y equals 27. Okay? So now we're going to multiply 3 into 4 plus y and get 12 plus 3y plus 2y equals 27. So now we're at the stage where it's fairly simple and straightforward to figure out, because we now need to combine our y's together. So 12 plus, and then 3y plus 2y is 5y equals 27. And it's a problem like any other. We're then going to subtract 12 from both sides and end up with 5y equals 15. And then divide both sides by 5. So that y equals 3. So now we have for sure what one of our equations equals. So now we're going to substitute that into something. And we can actually substitute it into this equation here, because we already have x pulled out. So 4 plus 3, so that means x equals 7. Now again, like yesterday, when we check this, we have to plug them into both equations. So x minus y equals 4. So we're going to try 7 minus 3, which does equal 4. And then 3 times 7 plus 2 times 3, does that equal 27? 3 times 7 is 21, plus 2 times 3 is 6. 21 plus 6 does equal 27. So we know that our answers are correct. And now, after having done that, number 3 makes more sense. So we're going to place this value, the value that we got from figuring out what x equals, into one of the equations to determine our other unknown number. Do you understand how all that makes sense? Great. Alright, we're going to do question 6 from your homework, as I feel it's the one that you're probably going to need more help with. So we have 7z minus 3x equals 18, and 2z minus 5x equals 1. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull 7z out, minus 3x equals 18, and get 7z on its own. So we're going to add 3x to both sides to do that. So we end up with 7z equals 18 plus 3x. Now we have to get rid of that 7, and z equals 18 plus 3x over 7. There. So this is our answer because there's no other way to reduce this, and that's okay. But we're going to take that and we're going to plug it into our other equation over here. So our equation is going to be 2 times 18 plus 3x over 7 minus 5x equals 1. And now we're going to multiply our 2 into these numbers to get 36 plus 6x over 7, because remember we're basically just multiplying 2 over 1, and 7 times 1 is still 7, minus 5x equals 1. So now what we want to do, because we want to get rid of this fraction, is we're going to multiply both sides by 7. So we end up with 36 plus 6x minus 35x equals 7. And now we can combine 6x and 35x to get negative 29x. We're going to subtract 36 from both sides to be left with negative 29x equals negative 29. Divide both sides by negative 29, and we find out that x equals 1. To check this, we're going to plug it into this equation. So now we have z equals 18 plus 3 times 1 over 7. So z equals 18 plus 3 over 7. Z equals 21 over 7, making z ultimately equal 3. So now we have our numbers 1, 3, but we have to check it. So we're going to plug them into both. So 7 times 3 minus 3 times 1 equals 18. 21 minus 3 does equal 18. 2 times 3 minus 5 times 1. 6 minus 5 does equal 1. So we know our equations are correct, and we've solved it. And so like I said, it's a bit more intense. It's a bit more than what we did yesterday. However, it's quite similar. And I think it's still easy enough that you should be able to do this based on the building blocks we've already established. So today you're going to do 1 through 9 odds for class and 2 through 10 evens for homework. Okay? Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to receive more math content. I'm trying to make sure I post every other day or so. But like I said, the next 2 days will not have a math video with them, as they are a review and test day. Until then, see you in the next lesson.